Have you always wanted to be a protection paladin in World of Warcraft, but maybe find it a little bit too hard or too many spells and stuff like that? Well, I got the perfect solution for you. I have made a build for the single button assistant, which I think is going to make it so much fun for you to play a protection paladin. So, in this video, we're going to go through stats, talents, rotation, and I'm going to show you a single boss fight where I'm actually going to be playing this build here where you can actually see it in action. But after watching this video here, you should have everything you need to play a protection paladin in full max font size. So yeah, let's get to it. So, when talking about stats, let's go through that very quickly. First of all, I always recommend the highest eye level / upgrade level on your items. So for example, if you find a helmet like this one here, we can see it says Mythic, I would never go down on a champion, heroic, whatever upgrade level it is. Whenever I get an item and it's the highest upgrade level that you can get, for example, if you got a champion and you already had maybe like, something that was worse, then always take the item that was the highest upgrade level, since it will give you so much more stamina and strength that the second stat is not worth it. Then, if you actually get an item which is the same upgrade level as the item you already have, that is when I would start looking at the secondary stats, as you can see here. First of all, after of course the eye level strength, I would recommend haste. Haste is just going to make you so much faster with attacking. It's going to reduce the cooldowns. Some of your cooldowns is going to be faster, and also it's going to reduce the global cooldown on. So when using the single button assistant, we do get a little punishment by 25% longer global cooldowns. So every time you use a spell, normally it takes 1.5 seconds before it's ready to use another spell. With single button assistant, it takes 1.8 seconds. But the more haste you have, the faster this one actually also works, which is kind of like, it's really cool having a lot of haste, because then using the single button assistant isn't actually that bad. So again, haste, increasing attack speed, increasing like just everything, like attack speed, lower cooldowns, faster resource management, a lot of things. So haste, we love it. Then next one we have Mastery. Mastery for protection paladins increase your chance to block melee attacks by 27% depending on how much mastery you have, and your chance to block spells and harmful periodic effects by 54. So basically you have a chance, the percent of mastery you have, you're going to be having a chance to block melee attacks and double chance to actually block as well spells and harmful periodic effects, which is insane. Also, it increases your attack power, so technically, Mastery is also increasing your damage, which is pretty cool. Then we have Versatility, which is a very all-around, very cool stat. It technically just increases the damage you do, the healing you do, and the damage you take. So 10% Versatility is increasing 10% more damage, 10% more healing, and 5% reduced damage you take. The damage you take reduced is half of the percentage you have Versatility, but it's super great. You can also take Versatility as your most important stat if you really want to be tanky. But still, I would still personally go with haste first, mastery, and then Versatility. Crit is fine. It just doubles our it doubles our chance to do double attacks. It also increases your parry chance, but nah, in my opinion, crit isn't that good. So yeah, that's the stats I would go with. Talents wise, my talents is probably a little bit different than the meta. The meta right now, when you look at, for example, different websites that shows the meta for not retail right now, but the beta, a lot of the beta builds are using Lightsmith right now. So because, we are technically making these single button guides, which I want to make easy and useful to use for people like players in any casual players, whoever you are. So that's why I still want to go with Templar, because Templar is just easier. It gives you less buttons, because with Lightsmith you do have this holy commandments you have to keep using all the time. But with Templar, you don't have to do anything else additionally. Plus, Templar also has this one here called Sacrosanct Crusade, where when you use Divine Toll, which is automatically being used by your single button assistant, it will Sorry, there. The Divine Toll surrounds you with a holy barrier for 50% of your maximum health, which is insane. And every time we get the Hammer of Light, which is coming from Divine Toll, is replaced with Hammer of Light for 20 seconds after it's cast. When you then use the Hammer of Light, which is the big hammer you're throwing, it heals you for 50% of your maximum health and increases by 2% for each additionally targeted hit, which is insane. So you get like an insane big shield and you get an insane big healing, which is just fantastic. So personally, I just love everything with this build here. It also has Divine Hammer, Divine Toll, summons Divine Hammers that spins around you for 8 seconds. So it just like, it's such an easy build, especially with single button assistant. So that's why I want to use Templar, even though I know the meta might gonna go with Lightsmith. I still find Templar as such an insane single button build because it's just so easy and fun. On the left side, we're going to very quickly cover this one here. We basically have guided prayer, which is helping you. Whenever your health is brought below 25%, you instantly cast a free word of glory at 60% effectiveness of yourself, and this can happen every minute. We also have this one here, so every time you're spamming Shield of Righteous, you're technically healing yourself and 2 members for 2,800. It's not a lot, but it's still great. We also have Lightbearer. Whenever someone is healing you, that 10% of the healing is also going for, like, you can see 10% of healing done to you from other sources heals up to 4 nearby allies, divided evenly among them. So whenever, you know, they heal you as the tank, it also heals everyone else, which is insane. So I really, really, really like that one. But everything else in here, very standard. We got some crowd control AoE. We got some rebuke for stopping. We got, of course, got Divine Toll. We do have Blessing of Sacrifice. A lot of the meta players, they also play with this one where it reduces the cooldown. You can do that if you really want, but I took it off because I wanted 2 stacks in this one here, which is basically increasing your speed by 4%, so you become a faster tank, which I personally really, really enjoy. You could also take this one here where every time you kill a mob, this could be great for leveling. Every time you kill a mob, it explodes and heal and damage everyone. It's also great for like leveling quickly through dungeons. So you could also like take this one off, and actually you cannot do that. You need to like pick something else, but just saying, like, you could take also this one here in case you want to like have some easier leveling, but still I'm not a fan of it. On the right side, I have tried to take all the self-healing. I really love a tank that self-heals. You gotta admit with me, like when you do delves, when you do solo content, whenever you do dungeons, doesn't it feel great to be a tank that take care of himself? So that is why, for example, we have picked stuff like this one here. Actually, we can just search heal and it's gonna help me a little bit. But for example, we have this one here. Enemy stuck by Avenger's shield burn with holy fire, suffering for 100% additionally radiant damage over 5 seconds. Now you might be asking, why is this important? Because of this. You are healed for 100% of the damage dealt by refining fire. So all the fire damage this one does from Avenging Shield is getting healed back to you, which is insane. Then we also have this one here. When you cast Word of Glory on someone other than yourself, you are also healed for 100% of that amount healed. So whenever like someone needs healing and you can technically help healing them, and it's gonna go back on yourself. This is the fun thing. This is why Protection Paladin has slowly become my favorite tank in the game. It used to be a tank I hate, but now I really understand that Protection Paladin is not just a tank like Blood Death Knight that only thinks about themselves. It's a tank that thinks about the entire team. So if you are someone who really wants to be that guy, that girl, that whatever you are, dog, cat, that really want to like think about other people, Protection Paladin is the one, because you are healing, you are helping your team, you can do so many things. And I just realized that. I was like, wow, this tank, if he actually knows or she knows how to play this spec, you can become the best teammate ever. So that's why I really enjoy Protection Paladin, which is why I'm going to be maining it myself. Beside of that, we also have this one here. Consecration heals you for 300% of the damage it deals. Boom, 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 boom. And we're gonna have Consecration 100% uptime all the time, which is insane. We also have casting Avenging Shield causes Consecration to deal its damage and healing again immediately at 100% effectiveness. So basically every time you're gonna be casting Avenging Shield, you're also gonna refresh Consecration dealing damage and healing again, which is insane, which I really like. We also have Word of Glory heals for an additionally 40% over 10 seconds. So now Word of Glory is also healing additionally over time. Also increased by 100% if cast on yourself while you are afflicted by a harmful damage over time effect. Insane. Another one. Avenger's Shield also shields you for 8 seconds, absorbing 60% of the damage as it deals up to 50% of maximum health. Again, another one. This one here is a bit special because most people actually in the old days went with Avenging Wrath, but currently it seems like Sentinel is actually the meta. It's a bit of a special spell, but I really actually like it. I have started to like it. If you just want to have like more damage, then go with Avenging Wrath. But this one here is actually very interesting. Call upon the light and gain 15 stacks of Divine Resolve, increasing your maximum health by 1%. So each of those stacks is giving you 1% health to my understanding, and reducing your damage taken by 2% per stack for 12 seconds. After 3 seconds, you will begin to lose 1 stack per second, but each free holy power spent will delay the loss of your next stack by 1 second. While active, your judgment generate 1 additional holy power, your damage and healings increase by 20, and your Hammer of Wrath may be cast on any target. So, and it combines with Avenging Wrath, which is, yeah, where you could also go with Avenging Wrath, which is just gonna, call upon the light, become an avatar of retribution, causing your judgment, generate 1 additional holy power, increasing your damage and healing, and critical strike for 20% for 15 seconds. So it just, like, this one here, your damage and healing is increased by 20%. So basically, both of them is gonna like give you the damage bonus. It's both gonna give you the healing bonus. But the thing is, this one here is only on for 12. Kind of like, it's gonna like diminish after 12, after 3 seconds. Then it's gonna be lower. Where Avenging Wrath is just gonna give you 20% for 15 seconds, no matter what. But it's only gonna give you damage for 15 seconds, sorry. Just pure static damage, 15 seconds. This one here is gonna give you the same damage, but it's also gonna give you that maximum health and damage taken reduction, which is insane. And if you keep spamming your single button assistant, you will keep helping it to not diminish as fast. So I know this was probably a little bit confusing, but still, this is one is just purely damage, 15 seconds, don't have to think about it. This one here is actually also helping you with like health and damage reduction, which I find so cool. Beside of that, we of course have everything else in the bottom. Nothing to like important to talk about there. It's just like things that is passively, which is inside your single button assistant. Not too much to talk about. But we have something new here, which is the Apex Talents. Most meta builds, they actually don't want to take this one here. They don't actually want to put points too much in this one here. But since it's a new expansion, I personally really feel like we should be using this one here. So the first time you put a point in it, Judgment has a chance to grant Vanguard, causing your next Avenger shield to leave an echoing bolt of light in a line between you and our initial target, piecing any enemies for 10,000 holy damage. Insane. So now it has a chance to summon like this bolt between you and enemies, which deals damage. Love it. Next, if you put 2 more points into it, Judgment deals 20% increased damage. When you consume Vanguard, you gain 3 holy power. What's not to like? More holy power, more healing, more, Sentinel. What's not to like? Last one, when your next cast of Shield of the Righteous after Vanguard deals 50% additional damage to your primary target and cause light to refract onto 4 other targets for 7,000 holy damage. During Avenging Wrath, your Avenger's Shield always benefits from Vanguard. Again, more free explosion, more damage, Me personally, I feel like that sounds like a freaking win. So yeah. Again, my tank build might be very different from the meta build, but I think personally you're all gonna freaking enjoy this one here. By the way, this build here is for, which is mainly for like delves, dungeon, leveling, and so on. The raid is first releasing a couple of weeks after Midnight launches, so I'm gonna be updating the raid build later. It's gonna be on the Discord. Just in case if you didn't know, I have actually forgot to say in this video, my builds, all my talent builds, everything is on my Discord. So link in the description, and all the builds I have made is on my Discord. So this build here is on my Discord. I will keep updating it. Every time I see something that needs to be updated, it will be updated on my Discord. The guide is going to be there, the video guide is going to be there, everything is on my Discord. But of course also in this video. All right, let's move on. Rotation-wise, this build here is extremely easy to play with a single button assistant. Basically, inside the single button assistant, it will be using all these spells. It will be using Avenging Shield, Blessed Hammer, Consecration, Divine Toll, Judgment, and Shield of Righteous. It does show that it will be using Sentinel, but that it doesn't use Sentinel. So it's very, very, very important you take Sentinel down on your second key down here, because it will not use it for you. Not in all my testers. But technically, this is all the spells we have. We have our single button assistant, which you're going to be spamming, and then you have your Sentinel, which is the big cooldown we use for damage and healing, extra heal, like extra life, extra damage reduction. Then we have Word of Glory, which is an extremely strong healing that is going to heal you for a lot, but it also gonna like heal, you can see here, calls down the light and heal a friendly target for 58k, and additionally 40 for 10 seconds. And also in protection, if cast on yourself, healing is increased by up to 300% based on your missing health, and 100% of the mana cost is refunded. So it's going to heal a lot on yourself. This is basically your main self-healing whenever you need health. And the lower level HP you have, the more it's going to heal. It is just fantastic. And again, remember this one here, which is whenever you cast Word of Glory on someone other than yourself, you're also healed for 100% of the amount. So don't be, sad about healing other people instead of yourself. It's still gonna heal you. Then we have Flash of Light, for quick healing in case needed. We got Rebuke if we want to interrupt, a target. We got Divine Steed for getting some, movement increase in case we need to very quickly do something. We also got Hand of Reckoning, which is our taunt. So in case you have a mob that is not attacking you, you can use taunt on them. They will attack you. We also got Cleanse Toxins to remove poison and disease from a party member or yourself. We also got Ardent Defender, which is reducing all damage taken by 20% for 8 seconds. And while Ardent Defender is active, the next attack that would otherwise kill you will instead bring you back to 20% health. So it's basically also a cheat death. If you can see, I'm about to die now, use it and boom. Now the next, 8 seconds, you cannot die. Well, you can die, but it will get you back to 20% health, and then you really have to hope that your healer is gonna, bring you back. You also have Guardian of Ancient King, which is having 2 charges. Empower you with the Spirit of Ancient King and reducing all your damage you take by 50% for 8 seconds. Also, it makes you look like an awesome angel. I kind of hope they update this animation because it is a bit old, but still pretty cool. We also have Divine Shield, which is our shield, but it's a very, very important cooldown. Because basically for 8 seconds, you cannot die. It gives you immortality. But you might be thinking, but all the mobs is going to go off me. What about that? Well, we actually have this talent here. Not that one, this one here. During Divine Shield, all targets within 15 yards are taunted. So don't you worry about that. Just use your shield and it will taunt the mobs around you. And we even have this talent here, which is going to heal you depending on removing harmful effects with Divine Shield. Also heals you with 10% of each effect. Remove this heal cannot exceed 30% of your maximum health. So it can actually also heal you in case it's actually removing harmful effects. But don't you worry, use your shield because it's going to taunt them. Then we got a single target stun, we got a multiple target stun, we got Lay on Hands in case you want to really heal yourself 100% of your HP. We got Blessing of Freedom, to help someone get out of whatever they are slowed by or stunned by. Well, it's going to help them getting out of something that freezes them or make them slow. We also got Blessing of Sacrifice in case you want to help someone. If you can see the healer, someone else is taking a lot of damage, they have a debuff or something like that that's going to kill them, then you can use Blessing of Sacrifice on them to help them, take some of the damage to you. You also got Blessing of Protection in case you want to make them immune for physical damage. So, it helps. And you got your combat res and your normal res over here. Combat res is very important. In case someone dies, you can actually bring them back in battle. Then, rotation-wise, very, very, very easy. You have your single button assistant. You're basically just going to be spamming the single button assistant. No worries in that. Spam it, and it's going to be using your cooldowns, and automatically you're going to see you're going to be doing a lot of damage, but you're also going to be doing tons of healing. From Sacrosanct Crusade, Undying Embers, great spec. It's fun, and you already do a lot of self-healing by just pressing 1. So you just press 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and it will automatically know what to do. Pull in the mobs, get all the mobs aggro, so on, so on, so on. Of course, if you have a mob you lose aggro on, you use your taunt, Hand of Reckoning, and whenever you're about to do either a lot of damage or you're about to like, do a lot of damage, or you're about to take a lot of damage, you can use your Sentinel, which is your main cooldown. And it's very important you spam single button assistant with it, because it's going to help you keep up all the stacks so that you have your maximum of damage taken reduced, maximum health. But don't worry, the 20% damage is going to stay there. But spam single button assistant after using it, so you can for maximum have it on as long as possible. But as you can see, we have so much healing, so much defensive going on by just literally spamming your single button assistant. So again, I mean, literally, that's it. Press 1 all the time. Every time you have a mob that goes off, you switch to that mob, spam 1 again. You have your number 2 for more damage reduction. You have your 2 cooldowns up here, which is going to give you damage reduction. You get your self-heal, which is, you just press 3. You literally just press 3, and it's going to self-heal you if you click another target. But remember, it's also very important to heal your party members, because that healing is going to go back to you. And also, Flash of Light, it's just such an insane, fun, and easy build to play, especially with the single button assistant, because it's going to be using all these things for you. So, insanely fun. Let's try and do a boss and see how that looks like. So you can basically see here's a big group of mobs. And the cool thing is you just basically click 1, and now all the mobs are burning, all the mobs have taken damage, you're standing inside your consecration, and everyone is just like, you just press 1 and it will get all the aggro for you. It literally couldn't be easier. And it's fun. And now you can see I got my cooldowns ready, I got my healing ready, because we keep getting free healings as well. We have this one here where every time we're using, which is this one here, every free Shield of Righteous makes your next Word of Glory cost no holy power, and you can have 2 stacks. So now you can see from this, every time I have used Shield of Righteous 3 times, it will glow up my Word of Glory, and we don't have to be afraid of like having enough holy power, because it will free. It's basically free, and it is fantastic for self-healing. Like it's so good. Right, so we're ready for our boss fight. Let's do this. Spamming 1. And now, since we're gonna wait for him to actually use one of his bigger cooldowns, which is here. Now we're going to move away from that. And again, you can see I am just pressing 1. Now we're going to use my number 2, my cooldown, just because he's going to be attacking me. And I'm just pressing 1 again. Now, if I see someone needing healing, I can click on them and press 3. And because, when I heal them, that healing is also going to go back to me. So don't you worry about that. And again, you can see my healing is ready. I got my cooldowns ready. Easy. I know this was an easier boss, and we could of course have done this on a harder difficulty, but this was just to show you, we're spamming 1 on the boss, it will never go off you aggro-wise, like almost never. You have your ag taunt in case, something bad happens. You got your cooldown, you can use them too if you want to use. Also, you have your over cooldowns in case. And also, every time you see someone is in need, help the healer, give them a Word of Glory. And you don't have to worry about because your single button assistant is going to keep using holy power. But don't you worry, because every time you have used Shield of Righteous 3 times, you're going to get a free healing from Word of Glory. So you can just use that all the time. It's insane. So again, you got so much it's so easy for you to look at the floor and see what you need to do. Both with, of course, the UI here, in case you want to have the UI, it's on my Discord as well. It's showing you the boss encounters, where he's going to do something big that you need to know about. It's also going to show boss warnings, and then we have the damage meter down here. And we can see here for that boss fight, where is he? The Hordemonger. So you can see here, I was actually the one doing most healing with both my talent from here, also Bulwark Order, which is also healing insane amount. We got Word of Glory we have healed with, and all the other spells. It is just a crazy build. I just really enjoy this build. So thanks for watching, everyone. This was my Protection Paladin single button guide, 1 button guide. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I got the build, the UI, the cooldown manager. I even got the cooldown manager here in case you need it. You can see here the cooldown manager, which is counting the spells for you, showing you whenever they are ready, tracking important stuff like that. All of this is on my Discord. So again, in the description, there's a link for my Discord. The talents, the UI, everything is on the Discord. So go there, grab it up. It's going to be fun. But else, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you all for being here, and feel free to become a YouTube subscriber to, you know, get my new videos. And also feel free to become a YouTube member if you want to support the channel and get your name at the end of the video and some behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, we have now done the Retribution Paladin guide, we've done the Protection Paladin guide. Now I'm gonna go and record the Holy Paladin guide, and all these videos are gonna release over after midnight, you know, to kind of get the midnight hype as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you on my Discord. Peace out.